I'll tell you this, I just have to say. The Bernie Sanders protesters were much, much stronger. They had much more passion, I have to say. The financial industry that knows how to regulate their competition right out of existence, so there is no competition. The insiders also include the media executives, anchors, and journalists in Washington, Los Angeles, and New York City who are part of the same failed status quo and want nothing to change. They don't want it to change. They like it just fine the way it is now. We're led by stupid people. We're led by leaders. And you know, honestly, I didn't need this. This I didn't need. I had a nice life, built a great company. Some of the great real estate assets of the world. I may never see them. You know, if I win, I may never see them again. And I love them all over the world. But you know what? This is so important. And I watched what was happening with the Iran deal. And I watched what was happening with jobs. And I watched what was happening with trade, where China makes $500 billion in trade deficits with us. I looked and I saw. Take a look at Mexico. You know, the politicians say you'll never, ever be able to get Mexico to allow you to build a wall. I say, trust me. The Democratic Party has taken the votes of African Americans for granted. They've just assumed they'll get your support and done nothing in return for it. They've taken advantage of the African American citizen. It's time to give the Democrats some competition for these votes. And it's time to rebuild the inner cities of America and to reject the failed leadership of a rigged political system. And that's what it is. It's a rigged system. So here's what's going to happen. Normally, they'd call up whoever it is that was putting the little order down, like the new president, and they'd have one of their lobbyists call up, and they'd say, Hillary, I'm sorry, you can't do that. They gave you $2 million for your campaign. Can't do that, Hillary. I said, okay, I won't do that. With me, I'm putting my money up, folks. I'm putting my money up, all right? Putting my money up. It is the first duty of government to keep the innocent safe. And when I'm president, I will fight for the safety of every American, and especially those Americans who have not known safety for a very, very long time. If we had in San Bernardino, or in Orlando, or someplace, somebody in that room, like this guy right here, right? Or that guy with the blue Make America Great Again hat on, or the one with the red Make America, or that woman with the beautiful blonde hair. Wish I had hair that looked like that. But if we had somebody and they happened to have a gun, San Bernardino, they see him come in. First of all, if they knew there was a gun where the bullets would be flying in the other direction, they probably wouldn't have gone in, okay? But let's assume they did. The carnage would not have been what the carnage was. We have to protect our Second Amendment. Hillary Clinton wants to kill our Second Amendment. To every voter in Milwaukee, to every voter living in the inner city, or every forgotten stretch of our society, I'm running to offer you a much better future, a much better job. And a much higher wage. Don't make our government work for us. They're not working for us. They're working for others. They're not working for us. So when General Electric goes out, and you see the numbers, I see the numbers, and it's about coal. So I just left parts of Virginia and West Virginia, and the coal industry is decimated. The miners are out of work. They're totally out of work. I mean, there will be no such thing as coal in this country pretty soon. And we're talking clean coal. We're talking clean coal. Let me begin by thanking law enforcement officers here in this city and across this country for their service and sacrifice in difficult times. Our police do a fantastic job They're not recognized for the great job they do. If they have 500,000 incidents, all positive, beautifully handled, one bad thing happens. That one bad thing is on the news for 2 weeks, and it's a disgrace, okay? It's a disgrace. So we should be very thankful for the job they do. During the last 72 hours, while protesters have raged against the police here in Milwaukee, another 9 were killed in Chicago, and another 46 were wounded. More than 2,600 people have been shot in Chicago since the beginning of the year, and almost 4,000 people killed in President Obama's hometown area since his presidency began. Not too good, that's for sure. Take me in, O tender woman, sighed the broken snake. Now she clutched him to her bosom. You're so beautiful, she cried. But if I hadn't brought you in by now, you certainly would have died. Now she stroked his pretty skin, and then she kissed and held him tight. But instead of saying thank you, that snake gave her a vicious bite. Take me in, O tender woman. Take me in, for heaven's sake. Take me in, O tender woman, sighed the vicious snake. I saved you, I saved you, I saved you, cried that woman. And you've bit me heavens why. You know your bite is poisonous, and now I'm going to die. Oh, shut up, silly woman, said the reptile with a grin. You knew damn well I was a snake before you took me in.
Hey, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe for more.
This is a serious wall. This was built without hydraulic equipment. This was built without Caterpillar. This was built